having somebody just sit in your chair and turn them around when they're done and literally they're about to cry. Because it could have been something that they was going through or whatever, and I just helped their self-esteem a little bit more. And sometimes it's not about my service isn't about me, it's about helping other people.
Right.
And if they feel good, then they're gonna let other people know, like, go to her customer service is good, she'll talk to you, we're gonna become family.
Right.
Like, whether you like it or not, if you come and sit with me, we're gonna become family.
Welcome back to the Two Step in the Field podcast. I am your host, Darren Perkins, and today we got a real special guest in the building. She is a hairstylist, owner of J. Gray's hair studio.
Yes.
And she's got some modeling under her belt. So I'm really excited to get into this one because this is the first time I'm in this lane, and it's going to be a dope podcast. So before we get started, tell the people where you're from.
I am, people hate when I say this, but I am from Texas.
Okay.
I was born in Texas, but I'm raised in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Yes, that's where I grew up.
Why you say people hate that?
Because I've been here all my life.
Okay.
So it's just like, why you gotta say that? But I just want to be a little different, that's all.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Can you kind of describe how it was growing up in Spartanburg?
Growing up in Spartanburg, my childhood was really good. Like, it was very family oriented. I remember growing up with my cousins, going over my great grandma's house, always having cookouts, the neighborhood, College Park. I don't know if you may know College Park, but College Park, going down there, just being friends with everybody in the community. That was like, I miss those things.
Okay. Yeah.
When everybody knew everybody and everybody knew everybody's kids, and you better not get in trouble because somebody else already done told your grandma.
Yeah, those days over.
Yeah.
So, when did you pick up? When did you decide that you wanted to do hair? Like, what age was that?
I was young. I hate this, but my mama couldn't do hair, so I didn't want to go to school looking any kind of way.
Right.
So I used to do hair like, I'll say maybe I was like in the second, third grade. I was braiding my friends' hair, braiding their names in their hair and stuff like that. I should have got paid then, but.
So you basically had to become your own hairdresser.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And she would take me to the salon also, and I was sitting there being there all night, like sweeping up, getting a little money, like actually learning. Didn't know it then, but like learning different stuff. And, yeah.
Wow. So you was learning the business at an early age.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. My mama kept me in the salon. I don't know if she knew what was, transpiring, but I was always in the salon.
What would you say is the most important thing that you learned, like, just growing up in the salon?
I don't know. That's hard. What did I learn growing up in the salon?
Or just some of the things that you picked up, along the way.
The little things, far as like when kids come into the salon and they get off from school, they may not have the money to buy a snack and they're hungry. You know they might be there for a little while. Just like the family, oh, you hungry? Go over there. Go ahead, get you something to eat. Sit right here. Everybody in the salon took care of kids.
Right.
They already knew we take care of the babies. They're gonna be here. You felt love within the circle, like a little circle. You felt love.
Okay. So it was just like real family oriented.
Right. Yeah.
And that was just something that you wanted.
Yes.
When did you know that you wanted to like do this for real?
When I would see how pretty. I don't even want to say see how pretty, but having somebody just sit in your chair and turn them around when they're done and literally they're about to cry. Because it could have been something that they was going through or whatever, and I just helped their self-esteem a little bit more. And sometimes it's not about my service isn't about me, it's about helping other people.
Right.
And if they feel good, then they're gonna let other people know, like, go to her customer service is good, she'll talk to you, we're gonna become family.
Right.
Like, whether you like it or not, if you come and sit with me, we're gonna become family. We have to.
Yes, because they trust in you.
Yes, and then we're so close together that I mean, we're just gonna be family.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dang, that's dope. So, what would you say that what is the your favorite part? Is that would you say that's your favorite part of being a hairstylist?
Um. Yeah. I really enjoy talking to other people about what they have going on,
Mm.
and maybe I can help. You know, I don't ever want to be the hairstylist. Be like, girl, just go do that, and then next thing I know, somebody be in jail or something.
Right.
Right? No, we're not doing that. I want to motivate you to do better.
Okay. That's dope.
Yes.
So, as there are a lot of people that do hair, but they'll never get to like a stylist point. What is the difference between a stylist and somebody who just does hair? Would you say, in your
Um,
opinion?
a stylist loves. A stylist will do it no matter the price.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been plenty of times where I didn't have the money and somebody was like, "Well, I need this done for me. I don't have the money, but you know, I could pay you when I get done." And then like just helping them. And then sometimes it's it's just a feeling like I can help you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me help you. I'm gonna get blessed regardless.
Right. Right.
But let me help.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah.
A lot of people don't feel that way. Now, why do you
No.
think we're losing that kind of family?
They run to the money.
Mm-hmm.
They really run to the money. Everything that they do, if it's focused on money, you're never gonna win.
That's true.
Yeah, you're never gonna win. You have to think about the long run. And people might be like, "Oh, my bills due, or I
Mm-hmm.
gotta do this, I gotta do that." But in the long run, if I cut and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna raise my prices simply because my bills are due,"
Mm-hmm.
no, that's not good customer service.
Right.
Because you're gonna change your price all the time.
All the time, every year.
Right, right. You're gonna change your price. That's not. Mm-mm.
So, would it be fair to say that it's an art to
Yes,
the whole process?
it is an art.
Yeah.
It is art. Some people are good stylists. Some people may not be good stylists but can grow your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, it's so many different forms of a actual stylist. Like you have people who don't have a license
Mm-hmm.
and they are the best hairstylists in the world because they're passionate about it, which they're passionate about, you know, what they're doing or
Right.
whatever. Which I'm not saying not having a license is good, but it's some nice stylists out there and they
Mm-hmm.
don't have a license
Just because they love it.
just because they love it.
Mm.
You know, I guess it's just a passion. Like you gotta have it inside. You gotta love what you do.
That's true. So, what would do you have any tips for anybody who would want to follow in your footsteps as far as they like doing hair,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanna make it a business.
Um, if they want to make it a business, first off, you have to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do, every time you go into an establishment,
Mm-hmm.
you need to look and see. Okay, if I was the owner, would I like this? Would I like that? Look at their business and then also look at your business. If I was a customer, would I like that I did this to my business?
Mm-hmm.
No, I would not like that, so change it. Like people are going to come to you because they see that you're changing, but you have to change.
Right.
You know, you have to be that change. Nobody is going to do it for you. And it's going to be hard because you're going to have to sit and look and say, okay, I'm not doing this good enough. I'm not doing this. And it's perfectly fine because it's
Mm-hmm.
part of growth.
Right.
But the best part is when you actually see it and then you can change it.
Mm. I like that. So, as a hairstylist, I know you can't help. You think about it all the time. So,
Mm-hmm.
when you see people, is it kind of hard when you see somebody else's work
Mm-hmm.
and it's nowhere near yours? What goes through your mind at that
Like
point?
it's better than mine or it's
No, it's
worse.
worse.
I want to help them.
Yeah.
Like it hurt. And then too, it's like they're so proud, and it's like they're proud because it's better than before.
Right.
So
Right.
I see where you're going, and then too, sometimes we need to ask for help.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Like don't be scared because it's just a no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ask for help. I know plenty of times I had to look at my own work
Mm-hmm.
and say, is that good enough? And if it's not, how can you fix it?
Mm. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, with you being a hairstylist, do you do your own hair?
Yes, but now, well, I sell wigs
Mm-hmm.
and units and stuff, but I have a short haircut
Mm-hmm.
and it's blonde. So I do go to the barbershop. I have a barber,
Okay.
and he does my hair.
So how is that process with going as a woman going to a barbershop? How is that for you?
I'm gonna tell you a secret now. I love him. Christian Nash.
Mm-hmm.
C-Raw the barber. I love him. He's really good. He
Mm-hmm.
goes by appointments, and when I tell you, and your appointment is at this time, is at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, if I get there early, he go ahead and seats me early, but it's nobody else in there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
I
it's
like
just me.
that.
I love it. I love it. I can go in, go out, and then sometimes as a woman, if a woman go in the barbershop, it get quiet. Like I don't want to
It
disturb
could be
y'all peace.
intimidating, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can come in, sit down, get my hair cut,
Mm-hmm.
and just go within 15 minutes.
Oh man, yeah,
Mhm.
you can't beat that at
No,
all.
you can't. Mm-mm.
I know you mentioned appointments earlier. How I know there are some hairstylists that are like by the book, no
Mhm.
walk-ins. How is your process with that?
Um, it's rare that I do walk-ins, but simply because of my clientele.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to do by appointments because I don't want to be on top of somebody. I don't want somebody to be on top of me, waiting at me, staring me down, looking at me like, hurry up, fix it. I don't want that. So I love appointments.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can get your undivided attention, you can get my undivided attention, and I could just focus on you. It's
Right.
your time. You're paying me for your service.
Mm-hmm.
So I want it to be special for them.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
And also, I think it's being respectful of other people's time.
Right. Yes. Yes.
It's like, why don't make an appointment with me if you know that you have something after the fact. Oh, I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to clear your day,
Hmm.
but also just respect the fact that it's a process. Don't
Right.
want to rush you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes things happen and you have to give a stylist time to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be anything like chemicals. We deal with a lot of things that could just because you may have took some medicine or something,
Right.
it can alter the result that we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So, we try to allow time for any mishap so we can
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead and correct that.
Yeah. So do you get a good bit of new clients, or do you pretty much stick with your main clients?
Lately, I've been getting a lot of new clients,
Okay.
and they have become returning clients. So that's like the best part because I
Right.
want you to return.
Mm-hmm.
Like the new is good, and also I want to take care of the ones who've been with me for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had people been with me for 10 years.
Wow.
Yes, 10 years working with me, and they see the process. And it's like if I raise my prices, they know okay, she's not raising her prices just to raise her prices. Like she deserves it.
Right.
Yeah. So.
So at that point, you seeing the family.
Mhm.
You seeing
Mhm.
that.
And that's what it is. If you're good at what you do, which everybody's not good at the same thing, so
Right.
it's totally fine. But if you're good at what you do, the people around them that see them the most, they'll be like, "You go to her a lot. Let me see what she do. Can she help me? Call your stylist and see if she can help me."
Mm-hmm.
That's how I go word of mouth.
Can't beat it.
Mm-mm.
You can't beat it. So you like to take care of your people.
Mhm.
I
Yes,
love
you
that.
have to.
Customer service.
Yes.
Explain how important that is
Yes.
to the process.
Customer service. You can mess up on somebody's head. And I'm not just saying this, but you can mess up on somebody's head. If your customer service is A1, they're gonna come back to you.
Mm. Now
If
that's good
if
work.
yes, if I messed up, let me fix it. Come here. And it's not gonna cost you for me to fix it if I messed up.
Right.
You know? Like let your stylist fix it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So as a owning your own, I would say, is it a salon or a
Yes.
boutique?
It's actually a salon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a salon.
So what would, if anybody wanted to follow, do you have any tips for anybody who wanted to like start a salon?
If you wanna start a salon, you're gonna have to do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is going to sit and tell you, well, you need to look here, you need to go here, you need to talk to these people. They're willing to help
Right.
you, but you have to do your research. And as soon as you start doing your research, that's when everything's going to come to play.
Yes.
It's going to be so easy for you to get help because I read this page. Okay, I want to open up my own salon. So first thing I need to do when I open up my own salon is make sure that I have my license,
Right.
all my license. Like, go ahead and get professional now. Let me do
Mm-hmm.
this now. So later on, I don't have to do it. When I'm in trouble, I don't have to go
Right.
back and try to figure out what I did 2-3
Because it's
years from
harder.
now. It's harder.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let me go ahead and get my paperwork in order. Make sure my licenses are in order.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I'm treating my clientele like I should.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yes.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you say, do you have anybody that you look up to in the industry that's been kind of instrumental in helping you?
Yes. In the hair industry,
Mm-hmm.
everybody I've worked with, um, ladies, far as the place that I'm at now, I have a couple of ladies in there, and I appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
It's been times where I don't know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me go over here and say, hey, can you help me with this? And they're
Right.
fine. They will help you. And we never have a problem of sharing clients.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes from all the other salons that I have been
Mm-hmm.
with, the people that I'm with now, that I buy products from. Like, it's Spartanburg is very, to me, it's small.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like on every corner is somebody doing hair. And that does not bother, to me, it doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's for me is for me.
Right.
And also, I cannot service everybody. There's
No, you
only
can't.
24 hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to sleep 5 or 6 of those hours. So you can actually, it's not a problem for me to say, hey, I can't do this. Can I, send this customer to you, this client to you?
Mm-hmm.
And they're perfectly fine with that. Like, I've been in contact with Triana Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hairstylist locally in Spartanburg. Chanel J. She sells hair. Both of them sell hair, but it's a, hey, if I need some help, can you help me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send you this client, see what she has. I'm gonna send you this client, see what she has. Nobody is losing.
Right.
Nobody is losing.
And you building relationships.
You
at the
building a
same
relationship as well.
time.
Yes. I used to work at Banks and Company
Mm-hmm.
on Union Street. I've learned there.
Now, I already know what you're thinking. Where can I get the merch? I'm glad you asked. You can find it at toostubborntofail.com. That's toostubborntofail.com. All right, now let's get back to the show.
Really, how it looks to actually. That's, I think, my first salon. That was my first salon I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
And with that salon, I've learned, like, the things that you learn in school isn't the same thing that you learn in real life.
Right.
Like, some things a book can teach you, and some things reality can teach you. I've also worked in other salons where I still have a relationship with all these women, and it's of respect.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you as a hairstylist. You respect me as a hairstylist. And that's what it is. Like, I would never want to put anybody down just because we're in the same field, because that doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't.
No.
Doesn't. Because you can, like you said, it's just because you're a hairstylist, you could specialize in
Right.
something completely different.
Yes. Yes.
That's dope. So, as far as, I had the question right there. We're going to kind of pivot just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into making the wigs as a business?
I actually always loved hair.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was younger, like, I was very obsessed with hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, how can I fix this to where I can make a wig out of it?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a class, the Weave Guru, and I learned how to make wigs. And then I was like, I had stopped, and I was like, I don't want to make wigs anymore. It's too hard. I don't want to do that. But I've learned, like, it's a market out there for people who really need wigs, and it's not like they're just buying it. They need it for other purposes. Right. Cancer, they hair loss. It's different ways. So now that I was like, well, I don't want to do wigs anymore. And then I looked at it as a business point. It's other ways that you can sell these units. You don't have to make the units.
Right.
I could order the units, and I could distribute them that way.
There you go.
So I appreciate the fact that I started saying, hey, I want to make these units, I want to make these wigs, da da da, this and third. And now it just, I want to sell these wigs.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I want to sell them to different people. Let them see. You don't have to go to, I hate to say it, the beauty store. You know what I'm saying? You can also buy locally, black owned. Yeah.
Man, I don't hate to say that.
Yeah,
We
black
support
owned.
that.
Yes.
So now that we covered a good bit of the hair industry, how did you get into modeling?
Oh God. Okay. So with modeling, I decided I wanted to do an event. I wanted to be for women who wanted help in business but didn't know how. I had this lady, Amber Walker. I had Michelle Green. Who else did I have? I had her uncle. I had Miss Beverly. Her uncle is Lee Williams. Miss Beverly from State Farm. I had all these different people within this room to help other business owners. Look, if you want help, I have somebody with branding. If you want help, I have somebody with insurance. I have somebody that can actually help you with your credit.
Right.
And Michelle Green, she has a university, KBBU, and basically she's teaching people how to better their business, set up their business for one, find business funding. It's just better helping us to see, and also speaking about how it's in relationship to God. So if basically, I'm very strong about if you keep your circle, God is in the center of it, But I ended up having back to where we were. I ended up having um an event, a brunch for all that, and I needed something to wear. And my best friend's mom got us in touch, and I was like, I need a dress. I seen the dress. She really helped me out. I sent her the money for the dress. She had me the dress. Had somebody come bring it to me. I loved it. Took some pictures in it, and she put up a post and she said she's looking for models. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I hit her up. I actually hit her up for somebody else. She don't know this, but I hit her up for somebody else. And she was like, you? And I was like, yeah, why not? Okay, sure.
That'll work.
And then I started getting my body together. And then I was looking at it and I was like, this is it. I'm creating my own lane simply because I'm in the beauty industry
already.
I'm in the beauty industry already. I'm selling these wigs already. I'm getting myself in order. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but if I'm going to sell you beauty, what am I going to look like? You know what I'm saying? And it's not even to work out and everything like that. I tell people, you can do it too. So actually, it's like I'm helping, trying to help everybody in connection. But that's how I ended up getting in touch with her for modeling. It's just I had an event, and then she helped me out with my event. So I was like, I'm gonna help her out with what she needs.
So how has that process been of being a model?
It's great. I love it. Yeah, dressing up with clothes and figuring out. The only thing I don't like is I want to buy something every time I go in there. Yeah, she's located in the Gaffney, the Yellow Mall in Gaffney, across from Nike.
Okay.
She's across from there. Every time I go in there, I just be like, oh my gosh, I want this, this, this. Actually, my outfit came from her, and my shades came.
Okay. Okay, so you keep you in there, keep your money.
I like her. I really like her.
So, what would be some tips that you have for somebody who wanted to start modeling?
Start at home. I started during the pandemic. I was like, I'm not going to get overweight. I'm not going to do all this stuff. And I just put myself out there. And people were like, well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's like, I'm getting y'all ready to see my face. Y'all going to see my face. So it's like, just start. And just because you're in the bathroom, like, it doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? It's millionaires out there, and they're millionaires, and they started in the bathroom with their phone, their iPhone. So just do it. Just do it. Somebody's going to see those pictures, and somebody's going to be like, hey. I remember I used to ask people to model for me doing hair, and it was so hard for me to get a model. They wouldn't come. And now it's like I can put up, hey, I'm looking for a model. And it's like inbox after inbox after inbox. People just commenting, I'll be a model, I'll be a model, I'll be a model. And to me, it's like I had to put myself out there and model for myself to show y'all what I can do for you.
Right.
And then that's when it came.
Mm. You know, it's funny that a lot of the times all it takes is a decision. Like once you've made a decision to do whatever it is and commit to it, that it's like the universe just starts falling.
Right. Right.
It's crazy how that works.
We all deserve everything. Like we all are God's children. We deserve everything. It's just up to us if we gonna get it.
And why do you think it's so hard for some people to start?
Cause it's hard. I don't want to do it. It's too hard. It's too hard. The first time somebody tell you no, I ain't gonna do it no more. But why? Sooner or later, people are gonna get tired of you saying no. And as soon as you start actually moving, faith without work is dead. So if you don't start moving, nobody's gonna help you. I remember times just getting started and I was alone, like thinking, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I had to show people I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this on my own. I don't clock in.
Right.
I get up. I make my marketing. I do whatever to get people to come and sit in my chair and trust me. And it was times where people didn't believe then, but now since I'm doing this and I'm creating this and I did it, now they're willing to help me.
How does that feel?
It's life. I can't sit and cry. I'm like, you didn't want to help me then. No, I can't do that. I'm gonna accept your help. Thank you very much. I don't have time to sit and worry about what happened then. If I want to go to the next step, okay, I gotta do something that I didn't do before. I have to do something different, and I can't worry about that.
I like that. So, I know we talked about some tips as far as modeling, but is it anything that I guess some don'ts to modeling? What should people steer away from when they're getting started?
When you're getting started, you should steer away from people. Some people just want pictures, and you have to understand that it's okay to say no. These are your pictures. Wherever your standards or your morals are, or whatever, you have to deal with it, and you have to say, "Can I? If I do this, can I deal with that?" So always ask yourself, if I'm going to model this, is it worth it? Is it a good? Is it a bad? Because sometimes it is a bad. Sometimes people get tricked. You know, you have to be careful, and you should start off. Thank God that I started off with a woman who actually was trying to do stuff with herself. You know.
Yeah, I could imagine that it's probably some horror stories.
Yeah, it is, and I have a couple of people I know, and it's just I'm sorry to happen to you. But then again, too, you just be careful. Gotta be careful.
Man, that's dope. So now that you have been, you've been doing. How long have you been modeling?
I started modeling for her in November, and we go every Tuesday. Unless something happens or whatever. But when I was younger, I also modeled as well. I would do like car shows and stuff like that. But I had kids and I stopped and I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. I had the baby weight on. I just got it off and my youngest is 7. Yeah.
So have they paid attention to the business at all?
Oh yes. I feel like my kids will know how to run a business simply because we're in the car, I'm listening to lectures. Like I'm in class now. I'm listening to lectures they listening to. My daughter was like, "Mommy, when we gonna become a millionaire?" Like she already know. They asked me one day, I was in the drive-through and a girl was like, "I know you. You do hair. You Jack Grace." And I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you." I'm looking crusty and everything. I'm like, "Thank you." And she was like, my son was like, "Mom, you famous?" And I was like, "No, no, son." And I'm like, one day, hopefully, if everything go right. But no.
So with you being not only a hairstylist and a model, do you feel like it's added pressure for you on a daily basis to keep yourself up?
Yep. Yeah. Ask me, do I do it?
No.
No. No. I should do it more. Like if I'm going out somewhere, but most of the time I be so focused on work that I can't look at that. You know what I'm saying? I have a vision right now.
Right.
And I want this, that, and the third, but I'd rather have my house.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather have land, property.
Right.
I'd rather have that. So right now, if I have to hold out right now, that's fine. I could hold out for something better.
Yeah. So your priorities are keeping you focused.
Yes. You should see me in the store. Like, I'd be like, oh, I want this, I want this. No, 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 no. You don't need it. You don't need it. Keep going, keep walking. You do not need that.
But it takes discipline.
It does.
When you have to be disciplined to go to that next level, because if you always getting distracted by this or that, it's you're making it 10 times harder,
Right.
and you could be pushing yourself back 6 months to a year just by one simple decision.
Right. And I don't even watch TV when I'm at home. Like I have TVs in my house, but they do not turn on because I feel like they want the same thing that I want. They want money. They want viewers to come in and see what they have going on. So, and still, too, time management. If I'm sitting here watching TV, I could have got this, that, done. And what am I doing? Sitting here watching TV, I have got nothing done. And it's been 2-3 hours that went by.
Yep. And a lot of times, you probably can attest to this too. Even if you do watch TV, at some point you're gonna feel guilty about that.
Yes.
Like you said, I could have been studying. I could have been, perfecting my craft, but instead I just wasted 45 minutes on this show.
Right. Yes.
That is dope. So I always like to wrap up the interviews with a too stubborn to fail moment. Basically, a moment where you personally overcame adversity and it made you better. What's that moment for you?
Too stubborn to fail. Deciding to leave my 9 to 5 and actually take on hair full time with 2 kids, 2 babies at that, and trying to grow clientele and just saying like I can't do this no more. I can't stock somebody else's shelves. I won't stock somebody else's shelves. I don't want to. Like, it got to the point where I was selling bundles outside of Walmart Garden Center because that's where I was working, and I was like, if I'm doing all of this to do what I like to do, why won't I just do that? And I went to a show, and actually it's this lady named Razor Chick. She's very successful in the hair industry, and I told her I want to do hair full time, but I work at Walmart. And she was like, why? I said, I need to pay for insurance. She said, I bet you if you quit that job, you can pay for your insurance. And now I can pay for my insurance.
Wow.
So I just had to believe in myself and actually look at my time. What am I doing? What am I doing? Or even my money. What am I spending my money on that I don't need to spend my money on? Like, if I'm going to actually do this and be okay and live, I need to figure out a plan. I have to figure out a plan. Like, I can't fail. I can't do this for my kids. My kids are not going to look at me and say, Mommy, well, why was you selfish and you did this and you failed? It's not going to be that. It can't be that. No, I want something better for them. I know I have to work hard at it, but at the end of the day, they are going to say, okay, my mama did it.
That was dope. So before we get out of here, where can the people find you? Where's the salon, all your social media handles, wherever they can find you, just let them know.
You can find me on Facebook, Styles by J Grace. You can find me on Instagram, also Styles by J Grace. Styles, you could definitely find me on Style Seat where you can book your appointments. Yes, styleseat.com/J Grace. You can find me everywhere. Where else can you find me? Oh, the salon. It's actually inside of Salons by JC, located on the east side of Spartanburg. It's actually a building to where it has different salons inside, different salon suites to make it more one-on-one with the client.
Okay. I like that.
Thank you.
Well, y'all heard it. Y'all go ahead and follow her. Make sure you book you an appointment.
Yes.
And this has been another dope episode of the Too Stubborn to Fail podcast. We had Jay Grace in the building today.
Yes.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Especially what people don't know is that we just really met each other. Yes. So that's why this interview is really dope. just being in this, building relationships with people.
Mhm.
Um, my name is Darren Perkins, and I am too stubborn to fail.